Wealth doesn't grow in a straight line, it spins. Like a flywheel, each turn feeds the next, creating momentum that becomes nearly unstoppable over time. This is how the wealthy operate. They don't rely on bursts of effort or lucky breaks. They build systems that multiply results automatically, and every smart move they make compounds into the next. That's the secret most people never see. Wealth isn't earned once, it's designed to reinforce itself. Let's start with what a flywheel really means. In engineering, it's a heavy wheel that stores energy as it spins. Once you get it moving, it resists slowing down. Every rotation adds energy, and momentum takes over. The same principle applies to money. When you align income, reinvestment, and discipline into a single feedback loop, your finances start gaining their own momentum. The more they turn, the faster they grow. Most people never build this flywheel because they live in reaction mode. They earn, spend, and start over. Their energy resets every month. But financially free individuals design systems that turn once and keep spinning even when they are resting. They set up structures where effort today creates returns tomorrow, and those returns feed future effort. The result is compounding, not just in money, but in time, freedom, and opportunity. Here's how it starts. Income creates capital. Capital, when managed well, becomes investment. Investment creates cash flow. Cash flow funds new opportunities. And new opportunities increase income. That's the loop. Earn, reinvest, grow, repeat. Every element feeds the next, and every rotation strengthens the system. But this loop doesn't just happen. It's engineered. The first step is awareness, seeing your financial life as a dynamic system, not a set of isolated actions. Every purchase, every habit, every decision either adds energy to the flywheel or slows it down. When you spend on things that build capacity, like education, skills, or tools, you're accelerating it. When you spend on short-term pleasure, you're applying friction. That's the difference between those who plateau and those who grow exponentially. The wealthy understand that every dollar has a direction. It either leaves the system or multiplies within it. The moment you decide to stop leaking capital into unproductive uses, your flywheel starts to turn. But the real power of the flywheel comes from reinvestment. Every return, no matter how small, gets fed back into the system. Instead of cashing out early, wealthy individuals let the returns spin the wheel faster. Reinvested profits fund new assets. New assets create more cash flow. Over time, the motion becomes self-sustaining. Even small returns compound massively when left to circulate long enough. And this isn't just financial, it's mental. Every success reinforces belief. Every reinvestment strengthens discipline. Every lesson compounds wisdom. Your mindset evolves alongside your balance sheet. You start to think long-term, strategically. And with patience, you stop chasing outcomes and start optimizing processes. That's what keeps the wheel spinning, not motivation, but momentum. Momentum is the magic word. Because once your system starts moving, your job shifts from pushing to maintaining. You make small corrections, not massive efforts. That's why financial independence feels effortless once achieved, not because it's easy, but because the system does the work. Like a flywheel that stores energy, your wealth begins to generate its own force. Of course, building this system requires discipline at the start. It takes consistent action before you feel the acceleration. The first turns of the wheel are the hardest: budgeting, saving, saying no to unnecessary spending, setting up investments, creating side income streams. But every turn builds speed. Every rotation reduces friction. And one day, you'll look up and realize your finances are moving faster than you can keep track of. Here's a simple example. You start by saving a percentage of your income and investing it monthly. The returns buy you time. Maybe you use that time to build a new skill. That skill increases your earning power. The extra income boosts your savings rate. The higher savings fuel bigger investments. The bigger investments generate more cash flow, and now, the system spins without you having to push as hard. That's your personal flywheel in action. Entrepreneurs master this naturally. They turn profits into systems, systems into products, products into assets. Each round compounds. What used to require effort becomes automatic. But anyone can apply this principle. You don't need a business to create a flywheel. You just need alignment. Your money, mindset, and actions must all reinforce each other. The mistake most people make is breaking their flywheel too early. They interrupt compounding by cashing out, getting distracted, or abandoning strategy. The wealthy guard against that by staying patient and consistent. They know that slow spins create unstoppable velocity later. Compounding rewards the disciplined, not the impulsive. But even more powerful is when you stack multiple flywheels. One for income, one for investments, one for skills, one for health. Each one feeds the others. Your energy improves, your focus sharpens, your productivity rises, and your earnings follow. That's when life itself becomes self-sustaining. Every improvement multiplies another. That's the true wealth loop. And if you want to start building your own, don't overcomplicate it. Begin with one small, repeatable action that increases long-term value. Automate savings, reinvest profits, learn a monetizable skill, or create something that earns while you sleep. Protect your capital, compound your returns, and resist the temptation to reset. The first few turns may feel heavy, but with time, the weight becomes your advantage. Remember, money isn't just about accumulation, it's about acceleration. The wealthy aren't faster because they work harder. They're faster because their systems spin on their behalf. They've built flywheels that multiply outcomes, even from ordinary decisions. The ultimate goal isn't just to make money. It's to design a life where value compounds naturally, where your efforts from yesterday fuel your opportunities tomorrow. Once your flywheel starts turning, every part of your life, income, investments, skills, and even mindset begins to reinforce the next. So don't chase random wins. Build systems, protect momentum, reinvest intelligently, and most of all, keep the wheel spinning, because once it moves with its own force, wealth is no longer something you chase, it's something you maintain.